Hi everyone, just to share some insight or thought about the typology, like always, our tree type in Enneagram works in a similar way than our cognitive function stack. In our function stack, our function 4 and 3 are our aspiration, what we wish to become more like. In our tree type, I think our second and third numbers are what we aspire, wish, dream to be like. When our natural functioning, our first two functions, are not the best tool to accomplish something, we use the other function to help and assist the first two. In a similar way, probably when our main Enneagram cannot accomplish something, it needs the help and assistance of our other Enneagram. It can be the integration one, the disintegration one, or the one in our tree type. Integrate or aid function is respecting their position. We have to accept that our inferior function, the 4, we will always miss information of this category. We will always be overwhelmed and stressed by it. After a time, it will always create problems in our life. It is similar for the tree type. For example, I am 5, 8, 3. I have to accept that I am mainly 5 and not 8, not 3, and not 3. No, I am not 3. I am human, and I have to accept it too. And I am mainly an INTJ, maybe a little ESFP, ENTP, and ISFJ, but I will never be the other type. I think to get the best understanding of each function is to ask two people or to observe people who have the specific function as first, 4 or 7 function, and to compare them to see what this function can do and not do, can do efficiently or not. A person who have a function as first function use it constantly, don't make mistake with. A person who have a function at position 4 have tendency to miss a part of this information every day, to make mistake with, and stressful, overwhelming. A person who have a function at position 7 initially don't understand it, they have to learn it from zero, they are bad at it, it is hard to have access to this function, they are immobilized, don't know what to do in this situation. Using only the 4 function model and not a 8 function model is ignoring a part of yourself, it's not considering the other half of the function. I think a person can be individuated, fully themselves, integrated and healthy if they have also conscious and consider the other half, the function of the secondary process, the unconscious side, also called the shadow side. We have to accept and consider all the 8 functions in ourselves, not only the first 4. We are also good at our function 5 and 6, and we are also bad at our function 8 and 7. The function in our conscious side, the primary process, we understand them. The function in our unconscious side, the secondary process, we have more difficulty to understand them. The unconscious knows everything, it doesn't filter the information, doesn't miss information, whereas our conscious filters the information, miss information, and select information depending on our cognitive function stack of our preferences. The unconscious also knows everyone in depth and their past, present and future. I have memory when everyone, parents, people, coworkers, knew I was at least Asperger. They knew it without knowing it. They knew it unconsciously. In our primary process, primary function stack, the introverted function are how we perceive ourselves, and the extroverted function are how we perceive the external world, people and things. People who are external of ourselves in the external world perceive of us more often our first two functions, and also our function 1, 4 and 7. The one because we use it constantly, we cannot stop it, and the 4 and 7 are weaknesses. People generally point our weaknesses, function 4 and 7, because we are bad at them, and what we constantly do, our dominant function. It may also annoy them that we use too much our dominant function. TE and FE, when used alone, when they don't consider the other function, FI and TI are naive. Both only trust the external information. TE alone trusts the science, the professional, whereas they can be wrong. FE alone trusts everything people share or say. And at the reverse, TI and FI, when used alone, are in the wrong because they don't consider FE and TE. To be healthy, we have to use and consider all the 8 functions. It is always a back and forth between the introverted function and the extroverted function. A same function is used differently depending on its position in the 8 function stack, and it also used differently depending on the individual. Example, SE as inferior function, function 4, is used in a different way than SE as dominant function, first function. A function reaches its full potential when using and considering its opposite function, which work with, and when it's considered work with all the other functions. Example, NI reaches its full potential when it's open, curious, collect SE information. Higher the function is in the function stack, more functionalities and abilities it has, and more accurate it is, make less mistake with. Each personality type and people consider other in different way. It is possible we like other when they enter in or correspond to our first 2 or 3 functions. For example, an SI-DOM parent, if you don't follow the rules, the tradition, the standard of society, if you don't do the thing like them, they may not appreciate you. For ESFJ, their family may be secondary, the stranger, all the people, enter in their FE, and their family member enter in their SI, in their internal physical structure, their home, and therefore their family. Or maybe because they see their family every day, they are part of their routines. The immature ESFJ may don't like people if they don't smile, if they are not happy, if they don't show positive feeling. They need this FE connection point. If there is no sign of FE in someone else, they may don't like them. If you don't show positive feeling, they cannot connect, be attached to you, and so they may don't like you. They surely have to be frustrated with all the seeking type, who by default don't show any sign of feeling or emotion. This is in part why ESFJ seems to don't like us, the INTJ and other seeking type, especially the TJ type, because showing using FE is difficult for us. The function 4 is like the 4 stable leg, it brings stability, or it is like the number 4 in numerology, which also means stability. The function 1 is a big strength and talent, the function 2 is a little strength and talent, the function 3 is a little weakness, and the function 4 is a big weakness. Don't work on your weaknesses, your lower function, work on your talent, your upper function, accept you will always be weird at your function 3 and weak, stressed, overwhelmed by your function 4. We are all intelligent with our upper function, and we are all in part stupid with our lower function. Humans are really living paradox, and we are all weird. Our first 2 functions are our superiority complex, and our lower function are our inferiority complex. We underestimate our upper function, our function 1, 2, 5, and 6, and we overestimate our lower function, our function 4, 3, 8, and 7. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. And not 3. No, I am not a tree. I am a human. And I cannot change that. No, you are not a tree. You are a human and you have to accept it. Really?